watch it all decay. The fiat empire crumbles day by day. Numbers on screens, meaningless lies. We're waking up in a world that cash in my hand, it's losing its weight. Prices soar while the bankers dictate. Groceries cost a fortune, wages the same. Inflation's a monster feeding on the game. Central banks laugh, the market's a joke. LED candles flicker, the old system broke. Holders unite, miners ignite. The blood of change shines like a neon light. Paper crash, burn the old ways. Crypto rises from the blaze. Neon streets, the robots scream. Inflation's nightmare, we chase the drain. Every note printed, every coin lost. The fiat machine accepts its cost. Digital rebellion, ledger in hand. We reclaim the future, make a stand. Smart contracts fire, the chains hold tight. Decentralized power, the only right. Otaku warriors, neon and steel. Crypto salvation is how we feel. The numbers climb, the world decays. Markets tremble in the neon haze. AI brokers watch, but they can't control. The ledger is ours, it saves our soul. Bake and try, burn the old ways. Crypto rises from the blaze. Neon streets, the robots scream. Inflation's nightmare, we chase the dream. Crash is gone, the system's done. The ledger's light eclipses the sun. Inflation burns, but we survive. Crypto Otaku keeps the dream alive.
This is a system override. Fiat failing, banks offline. Crypto Otaku transmitting.
Neon skyline, drones in the sky. Fiat melts while the printers cry. Screens glow red in the dead of night, but the blocks keep on stacking right. They sold comfort, they sold control. Leased your future, owned your soul. I chose chaos, code and truth. Cold wallet locked since digital youth. New screens fear, feeds the lie. Trust don't care, time rolls by. They mock the hope, they mock the faith, till the candle breaks the gate. Well, no sleep tomorrow. Eyes wide open. ghost in the blockchain rain. Whole world trauma, diamond brain, new blood panics when the candles dive. Veterans smile, we survived. Halving coded, fate on delay. Supply choke tight, price obeys. They ban, they tax, they regulate, but math don't ask permission made. Paper heads fold, soft and fast. Hard time built, us to last. Private keys, no king, no throne. Summarizing carving code alone. What else?
Big thoughts about crypto. What's the second thought? There is no second pass.
Good evening, Crypto Chaos. Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to some more Crypto Chaos, guys. How's it going? Welcome to the Buck Moon. Yes, it is. That's the time for the Buck Moon. How's it going, guys? In the chat, Sapper here. How's it going, G-Dog? How's it going, Funky? Haven't seen you in a while. How you been, Funky? Yes, we got Sapper and Funky also here. Yes. Yeah, Fed meeting tomorrow, but all eyes will be on Fauci's testimony. They're gonna grill him hard, especially with his diary now public. Ooh, I didn't even know that was happening. A lot of chaos going on. Hate his beady little eyes. His beady little eyes. Yeah, it's always scheming. He's always up to something. I guess that Fauci. Funky Pine also saying Clarity Act is getting a backseat on the ride tomorrow. We, of course, give you guys an update on that tonight as well, as we are here enjoying the Buck Moon. Yes, another chaotic evening, another full moon. The lunatics are coming out, guys. By the end of the live stream, we may actually have the Buck Moon upon us. Yes, I'm convinced that Fauci's is a goblin from the Grignot's Bank. Same thing with Gary Gensler as well. Yeah, they're probably of the same. All right, guys, let's get into it. It's going to be a lot of information. So hope you're ready. I hope you're ready for the ride. Of course, I like to try to keep it entertaining. Lots of info coming out here tonight. All right. Of course, the Buck Moon is upon us, and Bitcoin is trading at 63,900. Seeing a bit of a recovery from today's sell-off today. We saw a low of, 63.3? I think that's kind of where we stopped the pain, and we continued after that. It's kind of what we were looking at this morning. Overall on the order books, right? On the order books, of course, coming back up here as we normally do see a little bit of some buying after a deep sell-off, especially 2 days in a row for the markets. The foreign market waking up and buying some of this dip, a little bit more on Bitcoin. It doesn't mean that the roller coaster is not going to continue or cease to continue or end. It's probably going to see a little bit of that tomorrow, of course, during the Fed chair's meeting. So don't get too comfortable just yet. All right, we are looking at, overall volumes pretty much flat, 5.5 billion across the board here. The bulls coming up from their bootstraps a little bit here on the 12-hour, representing right now a clear bounce on Bitcoin right around this 60, was it 62.8? It actually hit 62.8 on a wick? I guess so. I guess I must have missed that. 62 on a wick. I'm on the wrong time frame, that's why I didn't see it. Still don't quite see it. 62.8. Yeah, there it is. 62.6. 62.6 on a wick. That's as low as we got today on Bitcoin. All right. So we did see a bounce off of that here 12 hours ago. We are continuing this, of course, momentum to the upside just a little bit to test some of these mid 60s, right? Mid 60s. There's nothing quite really holding us back until we get to about 65. It's possible we do see maybe 62 or 64.3, maybe even 64.6 before, of course, getting there this evening. Looking at the weather this evening, I'll take a look real quick and just see if there's anything else to take away from here tonight. Overall, I'd say we're moving a little bit higher in the short term. The markets are oversold as AF. I mean, all of them. all of them. Macro all across the entire globe, international, and of course the American markets as well, completely oversold today. So we're seeing a little bit higher on a little bit of all the time frames here. A nice giant buy here today within the last 12 hours, holding up the heat map at least right around that 63.6 level. I think that's 63. Yeah, it's probably 63.3 on there on Bitcoin. That's what we got really going on in the 12-hour. Nothing really happening until you look at the weekly. Looking at the weekly here, and we're looking at a lot more, interest in lower prices on Bitcoin. This is the newest we've ever seen, the latest we've seen Bitcoin actually start paying attention to some of these accumulations down here, attempting to get back to 61K. Again, you can't even really see it here, all but maybe a little. Really hard to look through this. On the heat map, it's just really not there yet on the monthly, but we were starting to see it develop on the weekly here. On of course, I think these are just 5 trading days now. Yeah, I think they're all representing 5 trading days. So it's only been a single day right now on the weekly for Bitcoin accumulating underneath 63K in any meaningful way. Don't ignore that, right? But most of the bears have been, of course, pushing higher now for almost half a month. So it's a bit mixed. It's a bit mixed of where we're going to go tomorrow. But I would imagine since the markets are already oversold, we're probably not going to go much lower than we are already now. Maybe just a little bit more to squeeze out the rest of the weak hands for the end of the month. But yeah, Bitcoin actually didn't really have that much of a pullback either. I mean, we did start the month a bit lower than we are now. We did start the month at I think like 60K. So we're still a little bit up for the month on Bitcoin. It's the rest of the other markets you got to watch out on because they are still tanking. All right, let's get into the rest of it. But as of right now, I would say that Bitcoin's probably looking at I would say cloudy with a chance of rain. I would say cloudy with a chance of showers. I don't think that we're really going to get thunderstorms, maybe some rain, but I think Bitcoin's pretty much climbing up a little bit before the open. We'll probably see a rollover in the American Open right before, of course, the Fed meeting tomorrow at around 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, those numbers are going to come out earlier than that. All right. Moving on. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. A lot of stuff to cover. Of course, looks like the Bulls are winning tonight. Wow, that's a huge takeover. Yet they just cleaned the board. I guess so. They just won this round. Did we just roll into 8 o'clock? Yeah, I guess that was 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock candle. And the Bulls win that one. U.S. national debt. So I'll tell you who doesn't win this one. U.S. taxpayers, yes. America, of course, is going to continue printing this money. U.S. national debt currently now sitting at $39.635 trillion. Ooh, almost about ready to roll that into 36 billion. We're looking at about $355 billion more. Of course, to round that off into that beautiful $40 trillion number. There ain't coming back now. There ain't no coming back now. Looking at Bitcoin now sitting up almost 64K. It's already hit 64K on Binance. Of course, with their $100 little premium over there. It's at about $50 right now, actually. Maybe 60. All right. That's what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Let's take a look at Polymarket. We did just have the Fed decision up there. Now it's back to frickin' sports. Damn it. God damn normies.
Stupid.
All right. So yeah, we're back to the Fed decision in July. No change, 75% chance, no change tomorrow, but we're probably going to get some hawkish remarks from Warsh. I don't think he wants to look like a lame duck. So he's probably going to say something that's going to, scare markets. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. He's still pretty fresh too. Not sure how we're all going to interpret it. Clarity Act being signed into law now, sitting at one of the lowest levels we've seen ever this year. It's sitting at 32% chance. They got new updates for that also here today. I'm going to mix up the news a lot more. I'm just moving it everywhere, guys. I'm moving it everywhere. We're just going to get a whole bunch of little bit of everything everywhere. It's going to be chaos when we get to the news, guys. A lot of news coming up, too. All right. Looking at fear and greed for the stock market, end today at 38, ending 1 point lower than we did yesterday at 39. Again, just kind of ticking that time bomb down. Crypto fear and greed index right here, but when I set up the live stream, it was 29. Now currently sitting at a 29. Nothing has changed. U.S. dollar index sitting at 101.4. down a little bit. We did start trading today right around 101.5. Oil coming down a little bit. It's a little bit of a Mod Podge of what's happening right now. Let's take a look and see where Brent's at this evening as well, because this is just a freaking roller coaster. Let's take a look at the Brent chart real quick as well, with the price of the oil and the Dixie. Okay. Starting to come up a little bit here. We did see a low today at around $80 flat on Brent. That's of course determining the overall market, macro market feels. Let's take a look at crypto bubbles tonight. We're also looking at most oversold assets, of course, for DC opportunities. It looks like the market's starting to come back up. This morning we saw a wide sell-off, one of the largest we've seen in a long time for here at crypto. It was like 4 to 5% on average for the top 100. That was a lot. I think the top 200 was about 3.5, but still quite a lot for the overall broad market in crypto. Right now it's only down about a tenth of a percent on the top 100, and almost up a tenth of a percent on average to the top 200. Let's take a look and see what we got today. Hash is down 21%. Beat is up 24%. This thing is a roller coaster ride, man. It's just up and down every day. Looking at UB up 11%. Everything else is kind of chilling in here, floating around with the rest of the bubbles. Let's take a look and see what's going on here at the weekly. I need at least 15% of pain. It's still just WorldCoin from this morning, sitting at 16%. Runner-up being near at 14.6%, and Virtual's Protocol at 14.3%. Again, guys, it feels like the bottom is in. It doesn't seem like there's anything really here that I would buy today. That's down a significant amount on the weekly that I wouldn't have bought just yesterday or a week ago, right? PiCoin, of course, is down almost 17%. Who cares? It's PiCoin. All right, moving on to the monthly. We're looking for at least 30% off or more, and all we have is PiCoin. Again, it doesn't count. Set it on fire. I don't want to see it. Just get out of here. Damn it.
What are you, stupid?
Ah, jeez. Okay, go in the top 200. I'm so sick of that PiCoin. Looking at the daily. Look at the daily, guys. What do we have here? Anything oversold? Not really. We got XEC. That's Zcash or eCash. Pith is down 6%. Not a bad pullback on Pith. I do like me some Pith when it's more than 13% off on the week, or when it's down actually on the monthly. But yeah, no, I don't think there's anything really here for me to buy today. Okay, Hex is up 18%. BTW is about 20% up today. DEXE another 14% climb, as it just fell like 80% in the last few weeks. Taking a look over here at the weekly. Again, DEXE is the most oversold, 51%. We got Midnight still oversold. We have a few here. A Cash. We got Egan Layer, which I haven't talked about that in a while. Velvet, 26% off. Kaya, 18. Buldon, about 30. And that's pretty much it. Those are their top movers to the downside. eCash and Radium. Ooh, Zbek's getting close, though. Look at that. Damn. Continuing the sell-off on Zbek. Almost down 15%. That is the clear runner-up. For something I would probably maybe buy back into. Kite, 16.2%. Yeah, down on Kite on the weekly. Again, those are the top movers to the downside. This is your golden zone right here. Your little area to pick out the diamonds in the rough. This is pretty much it. The weekly on the top 200. This is it. Top 100, maybe top 200 here on the monthly, but not really much. Not really much showing. For example, Zbek, for example, is only 22% off on the monthly. Again, not quite that oversold just yet. Jido, 34.1% off. We got DXE still maintaining that 85% off. Again, it was like 90 just the other day on the monthly. Velvet's about 80% off here. Cash is down 30, just barely fitting in that criteria. And that is all. A runner-up would be Bunk. Grash is also down 31% as well. All right. Everything else is still up. Where's the pain? Where's the blood? I need to buy something.
What are you, stupid?
I've been waiting for this pullback. Maybe in August. Maybe after the meeting tomorrow. We'll see. All right, guys. Not my financial advice, but of course, just my 2 cents today.
I'd buy that for $1.
That's what I buy for $1, and it really isn't anything, really. I mean, runner-up being Zbek and on the weekly. Look at the weekly. I need more pain. All right, moving on. Bitcoin's still holding that 60% dominant. That's why we're still, here, right? That's why we're still here. Bitcoin's still on sale as well. Everything is still on sale. Waiting for the bull run. All right, let me catch up with you guys in the chat real quick, and then I'm going to continue. I've got a lot to unpack in the news tonight as well, so I'm going to try to keep things moving. All right. Cliff in the house. How's it going, Cliff? Welcome back, Cliff. G-Dog just said, a show for the public. Nothing gonna happen for him. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. And of course, we're referring to the Fauci meeting that's gonna be happening. I guess they're gonna have a hearing with him. Ask him a bunch of questions, and it's not going to matter. Yeah, it's not going to matter. The damage is already done. Nunya agreed. D-Dog, he was just a scapegoat. The real focus should be a big pharma and global government power grabs. Yes. And China's involvement too, because you know the laboratory was set up there, and with his funding and donations, and I'm not going to get into all the details. All right, Rugrat says, fingers crossed, we should shoot back up soon, maybe soon, maybe.
When will then be now?
I hope
Soon.
Oh, I kind of don't. I want to buy shit. Damn it. Everything around me should be dipping hard, except for Zama. Zama. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I got a little bit of Zama in the news today. Believe it or not, it actually made some of the headlines and some of the outlets. I got that pulled up for later. What's going on, Chaos Crew? What's it going on, Milk Money? And you guys know how I feel about Zama on these current levels. I'm not chasing candles, and I have an idea where I want to go buy back in. I just don't know if we're going to see it now. Happy Hop Taco Tuesday, Milk Money. Yes, happy Taco Tuesday. The fire is hungry. Let's feed it. Yes, Milk Money. Let's feed it. Let's feed the fire. Yes. It's been a minute since we fed the fire.
Satoshi started a fire in cyberspace. Take your fiat currency and feed the fire.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. We'll feed the fire. Happy Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. Again, Milk Money in the house with the fires in flame. Thank you so much, of course, for supporting the channel with all of the chaos. Rugrat also here. We've been waiting for Zbeck to dip under 202. 202? I'm not looking that low. I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, Zbeck. Oh, you're talking about Zbeck. I'm thinking of Zama. I got Zama on the brain. Yeah, Zbeck. Yeah, we knew Zbeck was gonna go under 202. We were talking about that on the Patreon for weeks, months. All right. Yeah. Good evening, Chaos Crew. Good evening, Otaku. Good evening, Brayheart. Yes, Fat Sonic's here as well. Yo. What is up, man? What is up? We're just sitting here waiting for the bull run. Just another day. Just another day in paradise, guys. Another Groundhog Day. Speaking of another day, guys, if you were here from this morning, you would already know. Yeah, Groundhog Day. Yeah, another damn Groundhog Day. Winning so much winning.
So much, you may even get tired of winning.
And of course, what I'm referring to is, last night we called for baseline bear. What do we get? We got baseline bear. We actually got more baseline than I was expecting, right, on that white little line there. And then we actually fell a little bit. Not really. We kind of rolled over in the morning open after 9 o'clock, but not by much. And then we just started sideways recovering since then. It's actually only been down since 10:30. Really, since the morning live, about 10. Then about 10:30, we climbed back up to about 63.9, kind of where we are right now. We just broke 64 again, right around 11:30, 12 o'clock. So it's actually been not that bad for Bitcoin today overall in the American Open. All right. Where are we at? We're going back over here to take a look and make sure what we're seeing. Is my favorite thing to share with you guys every single day. Is the amount of Bitcoin remaining on these balance sheets. Don't fade it. Make sure you have at least a piece of the pie before it's all gone. 2.48 million is what we still have. Going chopping pretty sideways here since, when did we go sideways? About June 2nd. Damn. We're kind of keeping that thing steady as she goes until we dip that back down and probably retest the lows, like 2.4 million coins remaining. Again, guys, this is the lowest we've ever seen on Bitcoin, the amount of Bitcoin on these exchanges for the last 2 years. Moving on. Taking a look at the overall market cap of crypto, doing a little health checkup here. 2.19 trillion. We just reclaimed where we just lost over the weekend. That's 2.19 trillion. So Monday's pretty much already reset. So we kind of already went back from that. Again, we climbed our way back up from, it was like a $50 billion sell-off, and yeah, we're back. Let's see what else. Anything else really changed in the top 10? Nothing really here. Doge is still sitting at number 10. Nothing has changed. How are we looking at market cap of Tether right now? 183 billion. Yikes. We did lose about 3 billion in market cap over the past month or two. So that is that sucks. But I guess that means that we're gonna get more growing pains, I guess. Let's take a look at this. What is that on the, there we go, on the all. So yeah, we came down from 189 the max. That was about April, and we're nothing like April right now in terms of market cap for Tether anyway. Interesting. Even though we yeah, this is the first time we've had a push back up since April. That's what makes it interesting. Okay, getting back over here to the top 20. World Liberty Financial, of course, continuing to maintain that hold of that spot, the top 20 there. And that's, of course, their USDC, their USD coin. Yeah, most of the ones in the top, in between the top 10 and 20 are still mostly the privacy coin sector assets like Zcash, Monero, and some of the other, of course, hopefuls to reclaim their top 10 spot like Cardano. Yeah. Fun stuff, but it's mostly real world assets now, privacy coins and stable coins. That's it. The top 20 filling in that gap. All right, let's see what else we have here in the top 10, top 20 assets in our space. Bitcoin's still hanging in here at about 13. I'm kind of proud of it here. If you look at it against the rest of the assets here on the top 20, everything else is in a free fall. Even silver is in a free fall right now. Over on the monthly in the last 30 days. And yeah, again, guys, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. As Apple is still continuing to rip. As now they have partnered with the likes of, is it Klarna? to do more of those buy now, pay laters now with, in a big way with smartphones, iPods and iPads and all the shit is all going, of course, to the dogs. And the normies are never going to own anything. You're just going to be paying forever and getting new phones and then paying a subscription fee and getting a new phone or whatever. Crap they want. All right, guys. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I'm so tired of it.
Stupid.
I guess so. I'm still waiting for Elon to get to the moon or Mars or some shit. All right, Chaos Crew, guys. If you guys want to join the Chaos Crew, it's only $15 a month to support me and my, of course, crew. It's only $15 a month, guys. It's less than a bottle of Tito's. Some bottles of wine. Yeah, of course, less than a date with your mom. Of course, you can hang out with us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, and we just had that long talk about Zbeck just last night, so you missed out. Moving on. Bitcoin lows pierce 63K as Asia chip stock crash spreads to Wall Street. I've got a ton of news. This is kind of the front and center, just kind of mainstay piece that we have here today. This is kind of what we saw in the last 2 days for the most part of the chip sell-off. Bitcoin and crypto drop is contagion from the major Asia stock market correction spreads to the US and Wall Street at the open. We did see the Kospi last night hanging out with the Chaos Crew. We watched it in real time. The lowest we saw last night before going to bed at about 1 o'clock in the morning here in Eastern Standard Time was about what, 9.5, guys, right? 9.6. But we actually ended last night's session at about 10.6. Really bad, of course, for the Kospi, the Korean stock market. Today we're opening up at least positive for the moment, as I just checked it and reloaded it. Yeah, we're up about $100 right now on the Kospi. Yeah. 1.75, almost 2% up on the Kospi. You'd think that this, yeah, it's probably just going to correct and then bleed back down like it's been doing for like the whole damn year. Yeah, it's probably just going to correct here. It's on a very clear downward descending wedge. Fun days. And I still think that it's probably going to stop right around here. Red one was at 5,250, something like that for the Kospi. He's probably going to settle in somewhere there. Just got to bleed out. You just got to continue to bleed. All right, let's get back to it. So yeah, that's what we did see, of course, continuing this morning. And we've been checking that now for like last 2 or 3 months. I've been adding the Kospi to our freaking lineup. Oh my god. Another thing we got to look at. How you guys doing? Get a pulse check. 55K in the room. 55K. There you go. Beetlejuice. Semiconductor giants fuel major Asia stock come down. Semiconductor-led losses in the Asia spilled over the U.S. trading. South Korea's Kospi index finished the day down 10.8% in a single session, fueled by 14.8 losses for the chip maker. Was it SK Hynix? While Japan's memory manufacturer Kioxia, I don't know how to pronounce it. Kioxia holdings fell 18.3% on the day. Yeah, all of these manufacturers. Oh my god, dude, it was brutal. It was a bloodbath this morning. Couldn't believe it. Intel, IBM, everybody. Dell. I think Dell was down like 10%, was it? That was insane. At least 5%. It was crazy. All right. In the U.S., tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite Index was down just 1% at the time of writing. Notably, the semiconductor manufacturer Micron Technologies, which fell by more than 10% at the open, erased a rebound that saw its lowest level since May of 2022. And some people this morning were calling it the beginning of the 2001, was it? Or 2000, of course, .com like bubble. It was fun. We had a fun day, guys. It was a good time. It was a good time. So much winning.
You're
Let's
gonna
go.
win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
Yes, sir. U.S. Senate puts off the Clarity Act for now, and it focuses limited bandwidth elsewhere. Majority Leader is pursuing floor time for unrelated bills as the crypto industry waits for its policy effort to get its chance for votes. So we're seeing a bit of a pullback to restructure that for beginning of next week, and that's it. That's pretty much it. U.S. Senate has shelved the Crypto Digital Asset Market Clarity Act for the moment as it proceeds with different bills on Russia sanctions and federal nominations, further setting aside the industry's central policy effort and reducing its available runway in a crowded Senate agenda. Majority Leader John Thune started pursuing a package of nominees on Monday and expected to shift the Russia sanctions bill Tuesday night, at which point he set its start to its cloture process. The arcane Senate procedure to manage the bill debates involving a number of steps and waiting for periods before legislation typically gets a final vote, and the chamber procedure is generally limited to one disputed bill at a time. That means it's unlikely the body can move the Clarity Act before that other matters get sorted or expire, which could take days. That's pretty much taking up the rest of the week then. The Russia bill will impose sanctions on the country's leadership and tariffs for trading partners, and it dedicated now to the recently deceased senator who supported it, Lindsey Graham. Plus, Graham's funeral this week will occupy the chamber's attention Tuesday and Wednesday in Washington and South Carolina. I know John Thune got pulled for that as well. Let me know if you guys heard anything about that. I saw some pictures. That was about it. All right. Let me see. Did I win my bet there with you, Brave? Was there more than 5? I know there was at least 5 because we got at least 5 last night. All right. Kentucky Governor Bashir calls on Mitch McConnell to prove he can serve or resign. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on Mitch McConnell because we were talking about that last night on the Patreon live. Is he alive? Is he dead? Is he a coma? Is he a zombie? We don't know. So yeah, Kentucky Governor Andy called him out. We still don't freaking know. But he wants to either come back to in a capacity that he's in a proof of capacity to serve, or just flat out resign. Again, we still need that vote, right? They cannot believe they're really pushing dead men and comatose men for votes. Zama's Q2 update triggers 20% volume surge, but this warns of a correction. That's what I've been saying for the last freaking week. We haven't got it yet. What the hell? What the hell? So I did find this in my feed. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna bring it up. So Zama is back on track after an explosive recovery in terms of trading volumes and network activity. The token's prices increased more than 10% over the past 24 hours following its release of the company's Q2 report, which indicated further expansion of the ecosystem. The move was accompanied by a 20% increase in trading volume, $110 million, suggesting that buyers backed the rally instead of chasing it on thin liquidity. For prospective investors, the question now is whether the latest surge has enough momentum to keep the bullish run going. Yeah, it's still going, man. It's still going. So this is my bull case scenario. That's my baseline, which honestly I should probably correct that to be just a little lower now, because that might be all we get. This continues to run. And then our bear case scenario, which that's a hope and a dream. My goal is still right around here, 45 at this point. 45 and lower is where I'll be buying 4 cents 5 and lower for Zama. And that's a little too much TMI for you guys over here. That's supposed to be kept secret for the Patreon. All right, the Q2 update is already showing up on the chain, and a market response is not confirmed for this or the price changes. Activity on the network increased soon after the report was published, with a number of active addresses doubling in the past 24 hours. The number of token holders has also recorded some recommendable gains as of late, and that continues. Obviously, buyers remain in control. Zama continues to trade above its key exponential moving averages, the EMA, preserving the bullish trend that has already been building in the past 10 consecutive days. Holding above the dynamic support level suggests that buyers are still absorbing sell pressure despite the token's recent advance. However, despite many most on-chain metrics and structure standing by the market bulls, its stochastic RSI sends some cautionary signals. On the daily chart, the token's RSI is just bouncing on the oversold region greater than 80, suggesting the token's price action could be short-term correction before extending its long-term bullish trend. So they're going to make me buy a freaking bag, basically. Can the rally extend? I would say it's at this point it's like 65%. It just keeps on going, man. It just keeps on going. I've been saying that for like 2 or 3 weeks now. Pullback, when pullback, consolidation. Nothing else goes up for other except for Bitcoin, Laura. And yeah, we're still getting that now. It's getting tighter too. It looks pretty tight.
Go. Tight.
Yes, tight like a tiger. Yes.
I hope that's tight to the downside. Man, it looks like it's gonna spring though. It looks like it's gonna spring. Probably gonna fall in the bull case. All right, Michael Saylor slams the BIP 110 fork again. Another one of these. Supporters, don't fix what's not broken. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm increasing my speed because I've got a long lineup of things to cover tonight. Strategy founder Michael Saylor has intensified criticism of a proposed Bitcoin BIP 110 soft fork upgrade. And again, don't fix what's broken. And that's yeah, we don't want to be, of course, loading up Bitcoin with a bunch of trash. Bitcoin's core design is set in stone. Protocol changes should be rare, conservative, and driven by necessity and not ambition. Don't fix what isn't broken. That's a really, really good way to put it. By necessity and not by ambition. Of course, ambition being ambitious projects like ordinals that want to, of course, inscribe little pictures on the blockchain and do things like, you know, developing on the blockchain the things that wasn't meant for. Yeah, that stuff. All right, BIP 110 is the latest outbreak from the I just heard about Bitcoin and I'm here to fix it syndrome. Yeah, that's an oldie but a goodie. BIP 110 has emerged as one of the most controversial proposals in the Bitcoin community in 2026, as also called the reduced data temporary soft fork. It also aims to restrict transaction data size, and again we've been very, very, very clear about that with my community, as one of the biggest concerns we have is once you inscribe something on the Bitcoin block, it's there forever, and there's a lot of things that you probably don't want to see forever. If you want to look at, like, you know, terrorist attacks or you know, terrorist things that can be inscribed on there that can never get taken off. You know, rapes and murders and pictures like that. You just never, that could stay there forever. If something like this would get on there, I guess that sounds like a political push or something too. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into any more details. I already said enough. Apple plans to lease iPhones for $17 a month through a partnership with Klarna. And I already mentioned part of this in my rant earlier when I was looking at the overall market caps of these companies. Yeah, I wanted to kind of get that point across again. I wanted to bring the article up. Yeah, we really don't need to push this any further than we already did. We already talked about it this morning too. All right, moving on. Yeah, Emirates launches crypto payments for UAE customers through crypto.com. So they're going to have a partnership with crypto.com for the UAE. The United Arab Emirates has launched cryptocurrency payments for eligible customers in the United Arab Emirates through crypto.com Pay. UAE residents can use supported digital assets to book flights online, with transactions converted to Emirati dirhams through the crypto.com's regulated payment platform. So if you have a trip, well, just start booking with your crypto. I'm sure you have enough XRP for that, right?
What are you, stupid?
All right. Okay, moving on. Trump, new tariffs, doing the same thing as one struck down by the Supreme Court. Of course, the tariff terror continues. And also, don't forget to all hail the Buck Moon. Oh my God, where'd it go? Oh yeah, all hail the Buck Moon. Jesus, it's gonna be a crazy evening. All right, so yeah, more tariffs, of course, are gonna be talked about here. This entire year is just gonna be, of course, full of it. It's full of it. President Donald Trump said the new U.S. tariffs are going to do the same thing the old ones did. The Supreme Court shut down as illegal earlier this year. Days earlier, the federal lawsuit accused Trump of administration of misusing Section 301 and other statutes in order to resurrect the president's global tariff regime. Trump also said he would rather the U.S. leave its trilateral trade deal with Canada and Mexico, known as the USMCA, than reignite it. Okay. Renegotiate it. Okay, renegotiate it. He dismissed fears that his tariffs, which are taxed on imported goods, could hurt the economy. All right, let's continue. We're going back to crypto again. Back and forth, guys. Back and forth. Breaking U.S.-Iran war eyes revival of MOU peace deal. I guess we're not back to crypto yet. We're on crypto.com news. Tehran yet to confirm. This one came out just an hour ago, so I know that the talks were still going to happen today with between Zelensky, Netanyahu, and Trump. After, of course, Kelly Clarkson.
What are you, stupid?
Lindsey Graham's funeral. I don't know, man. My brain's everywhere. It's probably the Buck Moon. All right. Talks to revive the memorandum of understanding, the MOU between the United States and Iran have reportedly picked up pace with regional mediators advocating for the breakthrough. But Tehran has yet to acknowledge the process of the U.S.-Iran deals alongside conflicting reports surfacing about any talks. That with, I don't know, Bitcoin coming up this evening alongside oil. I don't know. At the same time, it's anyone's guess if there's any truth to this right now. All right. Fed, of course, Warsh. Anything could be remotely dovish from wealth could be good for Bitcoin, says analyst. Traders are divided whether the Fed will hike rates, but analysts say that crypto may be less exposed than AI-driven tech stocks. Again, obviously, right now we got Polymarket looking at a 75% chance no change. Markets are split between the Federal Reserve will hike rates or still hold on Wednesday, tomorrow. Bitcoin has recovered from its intraday losses. Markets currently price a 70% probability that the Fed leaves rates unchanged. What are we talking about, bro? All right. Tomorrow's FOMC meeting with Kevin Warsh's second as chairman of the Fed is one of the most uncertain in years, said Thayabib Rahman. Okay. Research analyst at Block Scholes. Looking at every Fed meeting since 2015, he noted that only two have seen markets more divided over the outcome. That's what they always say. Come on. That's what they always say, man.
Stupid.
Signs of decoupling. Even with that uncertainty unhinging on markets, Bitcoin has largely held its ground in July, with chip makers and other AI favorites have come under pressure, raising the possibility that crypto is in the beginning of to diverge, at least at the margin, from traditional risk on assets. With NASDAQ entering July on the back of a strong momentum and increasingly stretched positioning, while Bitcoin continues to consolidate near multi-year lows, softer correlations are to be expected, says Vedal Lande, head of research at K33 Research, wrote on Tuesday's report. As a result, this week's of FOMC's meeting may have a more limited impact on Bitcoin rather than previous periods of heightened policy uncertainty. Yes, I guess. Robin said that the market's expectations have been whipsawed over the past months, and softer inflation data competed with renewed geopolitical tensions over higher oil prices and tariff risks. And even so, crypto sentiment has continued to improve, he said. Anything remotely dovish in the Fed watch could lead to Bitcoin's outperformance continuing for the later this year. All right. I trust you, bro. Distrust me, bro? I don't know. All right. JP Morgan says 3 banks challenge stablecoins with shared deposit tokens. There's just so much scrap to go through, guys. So much stuff happening. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo are all developing a shared tokenized deposit network that could bring round-the-clock blockchain payments to the regulated U.S. banking system. And you bet it. You bet XRP's not involved.
Stupid.
4 U.S. banks moved tokenized deposits into one network. The clearinghouse payments company, jointly owned by major commercial banks, will operate the planned network. It aims to let participating institutions clear and settle tokenized deposits at any time while connecting blockchain-based activity with existing payment rails. They're not going to tell us who's involved, probably. Probably not. This is a big move for the bank's clearinghouse CEO David Watson said while discussing that with the project. The initiative has support with more than a dozen other institutions, including BNY, HSBC, PNC, Sandstar, huge names, guys. TD Bank, Truist, and US Bank, and a blockchain provider has not been, of course, selected, according to earlier reporting. Sure it hasn't, bro. Sure it hasn't. Shared deposit tokens will create a bank-led stablecoin rival. Stablecoin rival. All right. JP Morgan Citigroup already operates separate blockchain payment services, but the new project would allow tokenized money to move between different banks. JP Morgan's Connexus platform processes about $7 billion in average daily volume and has handled over 40 trillion since launch. Citi Token Services operates in the United States, United Kingdom, Singapore, Hong Kong, where it has transferred billions of dollars through its Citigroup network. All right, of course, they are all getting on chain. Clarity Act dispute raises the stakes for the U.S. banks. The network is taking shape as the U.S. banking groups pressure the Senate to tighten stablecoin provisions in the Clarity Act. The Bankers Association, Independent Community Bankers of America, and 76 state banking associations have asked lawmakers to prevent crypto platforms from offering incentives that function like interest on deposits. Of course, that's been one of the biggest talking points forever with stablecoin, of course, rewards. All right, we don't need to go into all that again. Tokenized Deposit Networks targets first half of the 2027 launch. And you know they put this entire market class on hold, during the Biden era. All they do was sit there with Gary Gensler and just fuck around for 4 or 5 years.
What are you, stupid?
And they figured it out. They're just buying time. All right. Let's catch up with you guys in the chat. I still have a lot of news to cover tonight, of course, on the moon, the Buck Moon. All hail the Buck Moon, guys. Let's see what we have here. McConnell is holding the seat because laws for replacing him are kind of shit. I guess so. Fat Sonic. They never want to give up, of course, money or power. 49K says Fat Sonic. Replying to you guys in the chat. 55K. That's supposed to be 47, 7K. Braveheart McFreedom. I think that's isn't that Quentin's number? That might be Quentin's number. He's been looking for that for a while too. Yeah, 47K Quentin. I just saw it. Yeah, there. He's been calling for that for the beginning of next month, I believe. Middle of next month. The middle of August. So let me know, Quint, if you're still feeling that way. I'll leave it there on the board. I would love to see a push down there. I'm not still in the camp of 47K, but you know what? For you, man, I'll do it. All right, Dovish Warsh pumping Bitcoin sounds like hopium. A little. I'm gonna take a piss before I can't see if the power goes out. What the hell, Fat Sonic? Oh wow. Oh jeez. Cliff says all the shitcoins are waiting for the Clarity Act to pass. All of them. Probably.
Gosh, what is taking so long? No, for real, we got this long ass line. Anus, can you please open up? I just told you guys that we are not opening
Clarity
up
Act, will you
until
please
we
just
get
pass?
home from school.
Oh my god. all right. Yeah, you gotta wait for that Clarity Act to pass. SEC Chair Paul Hawkins says, well, we're ready, we're willing and able to come out with rules and address the same issues of the Clarity Act and aspects of the crypto market. Yep. I think we covered that a couple days ago. 47K for the simulation. Yes, 47K for the simulation. Buy order for 47K. If it goes to 47K, we can pretty much confirm that Quentin is a god. That is a hell of a prediction. Especially, I guess not on the Buck Moon, but the Buck Moon may approve. All right, Fat Sonic says if I was to hold cash and set it to buy order for a low Bitcoin, I'd set it to buy a big ass order for something seemingly impossible like 21K. Well, if you would have done that on Binance back in like 1010 or like for a lot of different assets, you probably would have hit some of those stupid numbers because they really got hit hard. Fat Sonic says right now you never know. Yeah, looking at you, Binance. That's where I'll be throwing a lottery ticket like BetLive over there. Mitch McConnell honors late friend Lindsey Graham with a 47-day moment of silence. Oh my god. Oh wow. Has it been 47 days since he checked out? Has it really? That's great though. I do love the dark humor. Okay. It's literally dark humor. Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. All right. It's storming hard as AF where I live. I've been hearing up north. You guys have been getting hit with some big thunderstorms. Bitcoin's still hanging in there though. It's not no thunderstorms for Bitcoin yet. Because we're protected by the Buck Moon. All the crazies out there, at least until tomorrow afternoon. All right, I took a break during the 10-10 week, but I watched with no money on the exchanges. I sold everything 10-3, I think. Ooh, that would have been a good day to sell. It would have been a good day to sell. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, we already covered JP Morgan, the 3 banks. Okay. Crypto pioneers sound alarm over a government control of AI knowledge. I thought this was kind of concerning going into the dystopian future that we are. Crypto figures are warning that the government control over what AI systems can and know or discuss could create dangerous precedent after Eric Voorhees argued on X on July 28th that states that should not decide what forms of intelligence are safe. The post landed in the middle of the fresh debate over how much oversight AI companies should accept. A debate that picked up the Anthropic laid out its own position on open weights model. Eric Voorhees warns that against the state of control of AI knowledge. Voorhees, a longtime Bitcoin advocate through founder and shapeshift of crypto exchange, posted his comment on Anthropic, published a statement from CEO Dario Amodei, pushing back on claims that the AI giant was advocating for banning Chinese open weight models. Amodei insisted that the company has never advocated for a ban of open weight models and argued that such systems can provide value to developers, businesses, and researchers when they do not have dangerous capabilities. According to the executive, Anthropic's main concerns involve authoritarian governments developing an advanced AI for military and surveillance uses, along with the possibility of misuse in cybertext and biological threats. All right. AI safety debate extends beyond open models. The same tension over who gets to police AI showed up earlier this month with Google DeepMind CEO Demis Hassabis proposed a federally backed body to test and certify frontier models before release. An idea that OpenAI's Sam Altman called thoughtful, and Microsoft's Satya Nadella welcomed